In today's video, we're going to learn 3 ways that you can teach English online in 2021. Let's jump right into it at number 1, which is the independent contractor. And as an independent contractor, you'll be contracted to teach a certain amount of classes during your contract time. And your contract can run anywhere between 3 months, 6 months, to even a year, depending on the company. And they usually get renewed easily if there's no errors on your record. Now, there's a couple ways that you can do this. You can do it with children or you can do it with adults. And now with the world being online, there's so many companies and so many flexibility around this that you can do it either way that you want. Now I'm going to share with you how I've been doing it for the past 3 years, which is as an ESL teacher, which is English as a second language. And I've been doing it predominantly with Chinese students. And the reason why I chose that option is because the Chinese companies that I work for have provided the curriculum for me. So it's made it a lot easier for me to get started because my only job is to really animate this curriculum. So when I start teaching English online, my job is to take this information that I have to teach a student and how do I make them understand instead of me having to create the content. So I really love that approach. And if you guys are interested in any of this information that I'm saying, I'm going to leave the link in the description box for you guys as far as teaching ESL online as well as teaching adults. Now let's go into the requirement for you to teach English online as an independent contractor. Now the first requirement is obviously going to be that you speak English. You either have to be from a native English speaking country or your English needs to be very good and you're a non-native English speaker. And again, I'm going to leave links for you guys for native and non-natives so you guys can apply to them. The second requirement is that you need to have a bachelor's degree. Now this is not all across board. There are companies that will require you to have a degree and some that don't. And obviously it looks better for you if you have a bachelor's degree because that means that you have more experience in the language. But like I said, there are many options there for bachelor's degree or even if you have an associate degree or no degree at all. And also, if you guys have an associate's degree and you're really close to getting your bachelor's degree, you can definitely apply to some companies. And I have a great option for you guys because there are some universities that will allow you to finish your degree faster since you can do it online now. So I'm gonna leave more links for that in the description box for you guys as well. The third requirement is that you need to have a TEFL or teaching certification. Now a TEFL or a TESOL certification is the requirement for you to teach English usually abroad. When you're going to teach abroad, you get that certification and it allows you to be a second language teacher. But it now has become accepted worldwide for many online teaching companies. So this is now a mandatory requirement for Chinese companies, also for companies in Europe. So it's a great certification to have in general if you want to become an independent contractor. Now there's so many TEFL and TESOL certifications out there. You guys can do your research. I do have the one that I use, which is International Open Academy. I will link it in the description box because I have a great discount for you guys. For just $19, you can get a 120-hour TEFL certification, which is done completely online on your own time. And the last requirement is that you need to have teaching experience. And it's very easy to have teaching experience because if you have been to school, high school, college, you have been dealing with classes and either teaching a subject in order for you to learn it, or you've done work study, or even at your job where you have to do conferences, especially in the past year, we all had to work online somehow, then you definitely have experience teaching online. So it doesn't have to be teaching specifically English, it's just as you have teaching experience. Now with those requirements, the basic requirements, I also want to talk to you guys about the equipment requirements that you will need. Because obviously if you're going to teach English online, you need to have some kind of device that you can teach online with. Now as an independent contractor, you can decide to teach from your laptop, your computer, desktop, or you can decide to teach from your phone. There are companies that allow you to teach directly from your phone if you're just going to do free talk, which is you just talking to an adult or maybe a student just to improve their conversational English. Or if you're going to do like I do, where you're teaching a specific class, the content, then you have to have a laptop or a desktop when you're going through the materials with the student. The next one is going to be having high-speed internet because you need great internet in order to teach online for you to have that streaming, depending if you're going to teach in China, you're going to teach anywhere abroad, you need that good streaming power. And the last one is going to be for you to have some kind of props and a quiet location for you to work. The second way that you can teach English online is going to be as a freelancer. And as a freelancer, you're going to be basically an independent teacher. And what that really means is that you're going to start your teaching business. You're going to find your own clients and set your own price and work one-on-one with them. Now you can do this 2 ways. You can do it through your website, or you can decide to do a Zoom or Facebook page where you can find clients through there. Now to get started with this, you're going to have to create your own curriculum. So you're gonna have to find what you're going to teach depending on the student levels. If you have intermediate English learners, if you have beginners, or if you have advanced, are you gonna do conversation? Are you going to have specific like alphabets depending on the level? What kind of content you have to teach? You have to create that, and then once you have that set up, you can start marketing your services either on Facebook, or you can market them on Instagram, even on your website. You can have that. So your biggest role with this is going to be marketing, because you have to find your clients. You also have to find out how to set up payments. You have to find out if you're going to use PayPal, are you going to use Stripe, are you going to use Sam Card. You're going to have to navigate that part and then set up the structure so that you can teach a certain amount of classes and make the amount of money that you want to make. I will leave some link in the description box for you guys to teach you how to teach English online. It's a course that you guys can take to show you how to actually structure your curriculum so that could better help you as well. The third and final way for you to teach English online is going to be entrepreneurship. As an entrepreneur, you're going to provide a service or a product to help people learn how to speak English. And you can do this in different ways. With entrepreneurship, the sky's the limit. You can decide to provide a product such as a workbook that teaches how to speak English. You can create a course that people can buy, and then that course will teach them how to speak English. And you can also create even a service such as a place where teachers and students can meet. Maybe that's where students can hire teachers online. So there's so many ways for you to teach English online as an entrepreneur. Now, to get started as an entrepreneur, you're going to have to take the time to create that product. Whether it's the course, you're going to have to sit down and create that course, which is going to be a lot of work. And if it is a product such as a workbook or that service, you have to take the time to create that product and then actually market it so that people can find it. So at first, you're not going to have a lot of time when you have to create that product or service to sell. But once you actually are done with creating the product, all you have to do is sell it and market it. Now that you have all three options, I wanted to give you guys my advice. Out of those three options, like, what would I recommend? Now, I definitely recommend all three of them, but I think it's important to kind of go in sequence, because if you go start through number 3 and you don't have any experience, you might find it challenging, in my opinion. And this is not to say that it's not possible, but I think it's a great option to have experience before you launch your first course or your first product. So I naturally would say to start with number 1, be an independent contractor, work with a company, see how it is to have students, see how it is to work with students, what do they need. So once you have that experience, you'll really be able to assess what is needed, or you can even find out what's missing in the online teaching community. Because as I said before, depending on what company you choose, the curriculum is provided for you. So you don't have to kind of create that content and have to find, what do I do? How do I teach? It's a lot of headache that's released from you, because all you have to do is get up, you learn the content, and then you teach it. And I actually have a video of me teaching my full class, 25-minute class. I do have a video about that. I'm going to link it here for you guys so you guys can see what it's like to actually teach a full 25-minute class. Being an independent contractor is just an easier step. You'll get started right away. You can get started within a week or less if you really put in the work. And once you get started and you have that experience, then you should move into being a freelancer or starting your own business as an entrepreneur. Because once you have that experience, it's easier for you to move on and create your own courses, your own product, because you'll have an idea of what people actually need, what students really need. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about 3 ways that you can teach English online in 2021. My name is Christina. I'm an American living here in Vietnam. And if you want to see more videos about my lifestyle and also about teaching English online, make sure you like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye.